Hi, hello, and good evening. It's so sweet to be back home. I don't know anything that's going on, so I'm really here tonight to find out. Let's go. Hi, hello. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by the always handsome, forever punctual John Dunphy. And Jury Duty's self-professed feed queen, Gina Morgino. This is Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. You can find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty or on our little website at bbjuryduty.com. Okay, so the extent of my knowledge of what's going on is Daniel left, which we're happy about, right? We were happy, like good times. Yeah, missed that conversation, but yes, very happy to see him go. Goodbye, Daniel. and then now what now? So we did see on the feeds, that Taylor, won the comp there.
Hooray!
It feels spoilerish, right? As if I just spoiled the whole episode of last night. But if you were watching us, then you already knew.
But so... I mean, to be fair, like I was saying earlier, the competition was the majority of the episode. So that almost does feel like the spoiler of the episode because that's most of what we saw anyway.
Yeah, the first half of this was just wall comp. And unfortunately, that's all I got to see. And then life took a turn. So off we are. So I don't really know what's going on. So what happened after Taylor won? We saw Jasmine doing her best to look excited.
Well, my favorite, I'm so glad that it made the edit too. The last two people on the wall were Kyle and Taylor. And we see Kyle run over to give Taylor a big hug after she wins. And you just see Alyssa, that's enough. That's enough. It's like, all right, Alyssa.
They're so annoying.
He gave her a hug because she won the competition. They're not getting married. It'll be okay.
Right,
also, you've known him for 5 weeks.
God, it's so annoying. They really do talk and act like they are in middle school. I have to remind myself constantly that Kyle is almost a 30-year-old man.
Yeah,
it's really
really
something.
Yeah, we looked it up on Thursday. He's 29.
No way.
Yeah.
Ah. I read the whole thing. I mean, it wasn't Big Brother related, but I was just happy to read it. Hi, Dan. Yeah, hi, Dan. I love Among Us.
Yeah, we like Among Us.
Yeah, we do like that. So wait, what were we saying?
Kyle and Alyssa. Kyle is 29.
Oh,
you were very shocked to hear that.
29. Yeah, I thought he was 23, 24.
Because he acts so, I don't want to say immature, but
he acts very cartoonish to me.
Mm.
Kyle. Yeah, that's the vibe I get from him. He's a cartoon.
Okay.
And again, I guess, I don't know how long ago he left Mormonism or anything like that, but he does act like a middle schooler who's discovering girls for the first time.
Well, in a way, maybe he is. How long ago was he
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how long ago that was. I don't know if he's ever said.
It's just a little too much sometimes. It's have you never experienced anything as an adult in your life ever at almost 30 in any facet of your life? Anything.
I don't need to hear a 29-year-old man constantly talking about his boners. I don't need I don't need that.
Poor guy. No. Welcome to the playing field.
And I mean the plot thickens with them, but we'll get into that in a bit, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Does it? Well, why?
I mean, do we want to get into feed stuff that wasn't in the episode?
No. Let's do the episode.
Okay.
What happened? What else happened? Oh, I don't.
Oh,
I really don't know the sequence of events.
We did also see the formation of a new alliance called
The five,
five
swatters. I saw this. Yikes.
I hate it.
I would like it if I liked the people better. Like, that's just the right amount of cheese, no?
The five swatters. I just loved how like Joseph got roped into this, and I feel like we're gonna get to more of this later, so I don't necessarily want to talk about it now because like it has to do with some of the stuff that's going on feeds. Oh no, I guess it actually got brought up in the episode. But screw it. I'm just gonna talk about it. So there was a moment right after the HOH comp, the five swatters formed, and Joseph went and he said in his DR that he is not taking this five swatters seriously. He went right to the leftovers. He told them about the plan. And then later on in the episode, Brittany and Michael were talking about this, about how like, oh, Joseph and Kyle, they have these two alliances and they're not doing anything to contribute. They expect us to win everything. They're not protecting the alliance. And I do feel Joseph in particular has done a lot socially going around the house and like talking, making sure the leftovers are good. I don't necessarily think doing nothing. I know he hasn't won anything. But for them to kind of just say, like, he's not protecting the alliance, he's not... And
I would say socially he's doing the most.
Right, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And it kind of just, like, the fact that they, like, used this against Joseph, it felt like Joseph happened to be in the room when Jasmine was like, this is our alliance, we're called the Five Swatters. He immediately went to Brittany and Michael and told them about it. And then it felt like they were using that against him, being like, look, Joseph's in two alliances. It was like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like he literally came to you immediately after.
Right, you're the one he's prioritizing.
Right, and he's clearly not taking it seriously. So, like, I don't know. I didn't love that moment from Michael and Brittany.
Being in multiple alliances is part of the game. Like, clearly he's prioritizing the leftovers, but like, if he's in another side alliance, he's just setting himself up. That's playing the game. That's how it works.
Right. That was going to be my next question. Like, do we really think that was the best decision for him to immediately blab that? Like, what if next week you're not in control of things? If you're in this silly ass five swatters.
Sure,
crap,
I get that, but also like in theory,
you won't go up.
In theory, if he is that loyal to the leftovers, like that builds loyalty. Hey, I have this thing on the side. I'm going to give you the information though, because I'm really working with you. This is just like a thing that I'm in, but I'm getting information. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's a great way to use it, but
right. I also do think because Kyle's also included in this group as a member of the Five Swatters and the leftovers. So I feel like, for Joseph's part, he might be covering himself to go and say like, listen, this alliance was formed before Kyle can go and say it.
Yeah.
And then people in the leftovers like, well, why didn't Joseph tell us about this other alliance he's in? You know what I mean?
Isn't that also a great opportunity though to potentially make like a final two with Kyle, even if it's not real?
Mm.
Would Kyle do that though with Alyssa in the house?
Listen, she's on the outside of the leftovers anyway. If it paves the way.
Kyle flip-flops on Alyssa a lot too. Like he's either all in or he's apprehensive about it. So it's so hard to gauge where he's at.
All right.
Oh God, the Five Swatters.
So what happened after that? Was that the end of the episode?
What even happened after that?
Oh, we did have a little like Taylor and Joseph showman segment. They had a little them flirting back and forth quite a bit. And how I know you enjoyed. I don't know. I mean, people obviously didn't hate it as much as they hate the Kyle and Alyssa showman segment, but I saw a lot of people actually getting excited over it. But anything showman related, I just whatever.
It's also so strange because like they are for sure into each other. Like there's just like the body language is all there, but they're also like faking a showmance. I think we were talking about this a little bit on Thursday. They're like in a showmance to the rest of the house. They're trying to make everybody believe that they're in a showmance. I do not know what the benefit of that is. I don't understand why that's their strategy, but they're like feigning a showmance to the rest of the house.
Yeah. Doesn't seem wise to me.
It's very confusing. I don't understand the benefit.
Yikes.
It's weird. I wanted to ask you guys too, because I know there was after Taylor won, there was a meeting between the leftovers minus Taylor, where they were discussing like the options they wanted to go over for targets that week. And I know a lot of them were saying Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor is not really on board with this because she has said that she does not want to target a black woman. But it's been brought up. Yeah, it's been brought up on by Turner. Probably Turner, Joseph, and Monty have all made a comment, I think, about it, kind of saying that like they understand why Taylor doesn't want to put Jasmine up, but at the same time they feel like it kind of sucks because Jasmine would never show that level of respect to Taylor and has not shown her that level of respect throughout the house, and has treated her very poorly at times. What do you guys think about that as like, something that I can understand Taylor not wanting to do, but like, do you see Turner and Monty, their side of it?
It's so hard because obviously I 1,000% understand where Taylor is coming from. We just had a whole season of that. Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to be that person. But knowing the way that Jasmine has treated her, that Taylor's not even aware of, it kills me that Jasmine is on the receiving end of that kindness.
Right. And I'm curious, do we know, has anybody really talked to Taylor about this? I know Joseph at one point made a comment to like the rest of the leftovers
heard bits and pieces, but I don't think she knows the full scope.
Right. I remember Joseph bringing it up when Taylor wasn't there, saying like, should we tell her this? Like Jasmine keeps making all these looks at Taylor, smirking at her and all this stuff, but Taylor doesn't seem to notice it. And it just made me think like, well, if you guys are not happy with her not targeting Jasmine, like, have you told her that Jasmine does this stuff behind your back? And
I think a couple of people started to, but I don't know to what extent.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But I know that, so they were talking about how if Jasmine's not an option, that Indy would be a good target. And it seems like Taylor has wanted to target Terrence. That seems to be her main target, like right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But what did you think? What did you think of their meeting? Now the leftovers were all together with Taylor in the room. And Taylor was floating out using like Turner as a pawn, possibly using Monty as a pawn, and they were not happy with this at all. What did you think? Like, this was probably like Taylor's sloppiest moment so far in the game, I think, when they were all meeting up there and she was throwing out, options for people to go on the block, and just nobody seemed to be on board with what her plan was.
I mean, I think especially now that the bestie twist is over, when the besties was in play, so many people were like so down to be a pawn because it was just like guaranteed that you wouldn't have two leftovers up at the same time or something. Like, depending on who wins the veto, it could be tricky at this point to use one of them as a pawn. So I understand why they're a little more apprehensive about it now than they were then. Then they kind of had to,
Yeah. And that was certainly acknowledged. Taylor even said it when she was throwing it out there, and Turner and Monty were kind of being like, well, you can't do that because what if you put Turner and Terrence up and Terrence wins the veto, then what do we do? Or if you put Monty and Turner up and somebody wins the veto that doesn't want to use it, well, now what do you do? Mm-hmm. And Taylor kind of said too, like, oh, like there's a lot less margin for error now that we don't have festy besties, because there isn't just an automatic target sitting next to you if you happen to be the one that's up. So this is a tough HOH to have, I think, right after the festy bestie twist, right before the double eviction coming up. This is like a very difficult HOH
that they don't even know about. They don't even know about that.
It's also scary too, because you think, Kyle, I don't know if you're aware of the twist that's coming because you didn't finish the episode. But
I know the twist because I saw Thursdays.
Oh, they did. That was on Thursdays. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. But especially now knowing that there will be 2 simultaneous games of Big Brother being played that week, and Taylor won't be eligible for either of those HOHs. Like, this is, in theory, the scariest HOH that she could have won. It's really exciting and it's really great. And nobody, of course, knows what's coming. But like us as viewers, it's like, oh, you had to win this one.
Yeah.
It depends on what the split is. And like, well, can I ask you, like, what do you think of the twist? Since I wasn't here, What do you think?
I still don't fully understand it, but from what I do understand, I don't like it. I don't
like it either.
Oh, I take it you do.
Oh, I'm pleased as punch. I think this is very exciting. I can't wait to see how it plays out. It's something new.
Like, logistically, I don't get how it's going to work. How are you going to have 2 games being played when none of them can communicate with each other? Like, there's one kitchen, there's one HOH room. I don't understand how this is.
I can't wait.
Working.
I can't wait. I just can't wait to see how it goes. Big Brother US does nothing exciting, nothing new, nothing fun ever. Okay, no fun twist. Every twist that we get is total flop. Safety suite, high rollers room. Like this one is like brand new. We've never seen it. I mean, even if this is a flop, at least like we went in with some gusto. We gave you a brand new.
I will say,
totally reimagined.
While I very much have, of course, been rooting for the leftovers, it is exciting that potentially like this kind of splits them all up, and now they kind of can't work as a unit. That piece of it is enticing to me.
I love it. I love it.
It's the fact that I don't understand how it's going to work that I'm like, I hate it.
No, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I just don't like this. I just don't like this no interaction thing.
I just don't get how it's going to work.
I will say, I put a poll up on our Twitter, by the way. About
you did, huh?
Just asking what people thought, of the new twist. About two simultaneous separate games.
They love it
so
right?
far.
They love it.
I gave the yay and the nay option. So far, the nays have taken it. The nays. 59%. 59% say nay.
A slim margin, though.
I mean, it's 59 to 41.
But so now, wait, and this is like,
margin.
Are we getting back-to-back doubles too? Because we have a double this Thursday, and then I have to imagine that's going to be a double because there's two games playing at the same time.
Is next week actually a double now?
No,
I'm pretty sure.
Coming up is a regular.
I thought it was a double.
I thought Julie was saying that this, or maybe because this week is a 2-hour episode. I know that.
Right.
Was she saying this week is 2 hours and then next week is like? Why would this week be 2 hours if it wasn't a double?
Do you think it's
like? Am I wrong? Am I making it up?
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't remember.
So Survivor has split people up for a round after the merge, but it's easier to ship them off. Yeah, right. Yeah, we can't separate. Right. Yeah.
Do you think it's 2 hours because we might see 2 HOH comps and stuff? Do you think there's just they're giving themselves extra time for that? I don't know.
In my brain, 2 hours equals double, so I've just been operating this whole time as if Thursday is also a double.
Right. It also could be that maybe we're playing games that puts people in these groups.
Yeah.
And that's
I think I made that up. I think I'm wrong.
When I first saw this, though, I did think that this was going to be a double this week. It wasn't until as the weeks progress and I've learned more.
I had to watch Julie's clip from the end of the episode a couple of times to understand because I was like, I just don't know what she's saying right now.
Yeah, I just think this is the unfurling of this brand new twist. I'm excited. I'm excited that we're actually trying something new. Other than safety suite and high rollers room and nonsense like that, and backstage boss. This is adventurous.
My prediction for this is that a leftover will go home for the first time.
I feel like they have to.
Good. Yeah, let's shake it up.
Could you imagine though if one group was just leftovers? It could easily happen.
Delicious.
I don't know if it's going to be an even split. I don't think the number is kind of only leftover. Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like all of the leftovers in one group, and I was like, that doesn't work.
I mean, it's very possible because after this week there'll only be 10 people left, so they're going to split 5. There'll only be 10 people in the house.
No,
after this
I see
week,
what you're saying now.
And 7 of the people are leftovers, so it's very likely that all that one group could be 5 leftovers, and then the other 2 over here with the 3 outsiders.
Right,
Can you imagine being the one outsider and the rest it's just chum and open sea? Unless you win,
you don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't wait! I'm so excited.
We'll see.
It's gonna be great.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I hope you're right.
It's gonna be a hoot and a half. But that's going to be a late night Thursday, by the way. That should be, we should kick it into high gear and maybe do 11:15,
I think I'd be more excited about this twist if it was much earlier on. Like if this was right away and we had 8 and 8 in the house or something like that. The fact that it's 5 and 5.
Kyle, why are you laughing?
Oh, what's going on with you over there? You're making an interesting face. Really interesting face.
Well, I just thought there might be a comment around the fact that I suggested 11:15, and it just no one said anything. That's all. I just thought it was interesting that there was just no acknowledgement.
Well, I didn't say anything because I thought that's what John was responding to, and then he was talking about something totally different.
Well, yeah, that's what I went. Oh,
I was getting
all right.
I was getting there eventually. This was just burning in my brain.
Oh
This was
god.
just burning in my brain.
It just made me laugh. That's all. It just made me laugh.
There's just something about like, because okay, I'm actually all right. 11:15 is fine. Okay, I'm down with 11:15, but I have questions here. I have lots of questions. Okay,
Yeah, let's ask.
Because we're gonna get a 5-5 split, right?
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yes.
So there's gonna be one HOH in each group.
Mhm.
2 nominees, and then that leaves only 2 people voting. I don't know. I'd rather there be more people in there. You know, like.
So
That
like
could
you
be
would
HOH.
prefer to start the season split?
I almost like that because then you have 2 different camps right in the beginning too, and who knows how that week works out for them, and then there's distrust between those 2 sides. Whereas now I feel like you have established things in the house. It's a 5-5 split. Like I feel like the HOH almost has. I guess it depends on how the split works out, but like the HOH almost gets a ton of power in this to them because they're making the nominees. Then there's only 2 votes. You only need one of those people to agree with you. And then now you can break the tie. Like I don't know. This just seems odd to me. It seems like there should be at least 6 people to a side so that there's again an odd number of votes or something. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I really don't. The more I think about it,
I love it. Anything that makes it feel like more of like a board game, like really more up to chance, just the randomness. I could see myself not liking it depending on how these sides are divided. But I don't know. I just like the silliness. I'm here for it. I can't wait.
this is also this is such a weird season in terms of I feel like I'm just used to the veto comp being 6 players, you know, the HOH, the noms, and then the 3 random draws. And I feel like this year we've gotten veto comps with 7 players. We're gonna get veto comps now with 5 players if they're split 5 to a side. I just
I didn't even
season
think
is
about how
wacky.
veto goes. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, it has to be 2 vetoes. Has to be.
It's 2 separate simultaneous games.
Come on. How can you not be excited? The fun goes on.
How are they going to edit this, though? They can barely fit the game talk into a normal 1 veto
Because
episode.
maybe now they'll stop talking about showmances. We have 2 games going on at the same time. Enough now.
See, and I would love to believe that, but I also know these editors, and I know we're going to sacrifice game talk for something stupid.
Unless we purposely put a showman's in each. What if that's the gag? Production
like Kyle
will
in one,
make
Alyssa in the other?
No, Kyle and Alyssa in one, and then Taylor and Joseph in the other one. And that's why now we're making sure oh my gosh. When you're like, oh, it's almost like they're trying to like fake a showman's. Like, what if they are? What if that's the gimmick? And we have a showman's in each. You heard it here first. If that's what happens on Thursday, that's it. That's it. You heard it here first. There's a question here, by the way. It's too much for me. So what if the 2 HOHs and the 4 nominees are the 6 people who play in the veto? Meaning it's only 1 veto. Oh, for both groups.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be 2 vetoes. If you're saying that
if they're not going to communicate with each other, if those games aren't ever going to intersect and they're going to be played totally separately of each other, they won't be able to communicate anything like that. That wouldn't. They'd be able to talk game in the veto, you know?
Right.
Although it would be really cool, like, if they just told us, oh, man, you know, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. But there is something really cool to me about this idea where, like, the 6 veto players, if they were only, like, the 2 HOHs, right? And then the 4 nominees. And then, like, so you get to see who the other HOH's nominees are. So there's only 1 veto, but you can take down the other HOH's nominee or something. You know what I mean? Like, that would get really wild, though. That would get really wild.
So no real interaction, but I just get to know what's going on and make decisions as I see fit.
Right. I can literally veto one of your HOH nominations if I win this. You know what I mean?
I would like that.
But the way that it's been described, 2 completely separate, simultaneous games, no interaction, it makes it feel like there's going to be 2 HOH comps, 2 sets of initial nominees, 2 veto comps, and 2 final noms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan says it could be a privilege to be able to talk game during the veto. It's like cross-tribe relations in Survivor.
I mean, I think it would be interesting. It's just based on the way that it's been explained. I don't see it going that way.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a great concept, but I feel like we're expecting now too much from production here.
I might be more excited about the Veto, about this twist. I mean, if this was part of it, honestly.
Mm.
I guess we'll find out. We have a 2-hour episode. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But first, Taylor put up who? Is that where we are?
Who knows where the hell we are?
Well, Taylor puts up Indy and Terrence, right?
Mhm.
Indy and Terrence. There we are. There it is. How do we feel? Who cares?
Good.
See, here's the thing.
Good.
I don't care about either one of them. I would be happy seeing either one of them evicted. But my issue is, like, I feel like a lot of people, I mean, it's flip-flopped so many freaking times, but a lot of people have been considering sending Indy out this week. My concern is, if we're thinking jury management, I think that making sure that Indy is the first person in jury is a terrible idea. Because I think out of everybody in the house right now, Indy is the one that is the most likely to poison a jury. So having her be the first in and having people come in one by one, it would be so easy for her to, like, turn people against certain people that she doesn't want to take the win. Like Taylor, for example. Like, I don't know. I think she's a really dangerous person to have in first, because then as people roll in, you can just convince and convince and convince. I think she's a dangerous person to put in first.
What an interesting take. Yeah.
You know what? What's interesting though, because if it wasn't Indy, I agree with you.
I agree.
If it wasn't Indy, then you would think it should be Terrence. Is that what you're thinking? Because the only thing with Terrence is that I feel like he's such a pushover that whoever would be the second person in would actually be like the one influencing the jury house. You know what I mean? Like, I almost feel like it's not good if it's Indy or Terrence, because Terrence
but I also feel like
go along with whoever's the first person in there after.
And that's the difference, is I think that Terrence is just like, oh yeah, whatever anybody tells me, like that's what it's like. He's easily influenced. I feel like Indy would be influencing.
Well, that's why
You know
I would
what I mean?
worry if it was, but I would be almost just as worried if Indy went in first than if it was Terrence and then Indy came in right after Terrence. You know what I mean? Because she's gonna influence Terrence, and then she's everybody else that comes in the door. She's the first one in their ear.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting. Yeah, I never thought about that. I think Indy sucks.
I do too, and let me tell you, it's been a big thing for me. I cannot stand the way that she just whines to Taylor. Like, have you seen what Taylor has gone through on this season? The bullying. She's been up, 3 times already, right?
That was my favorite part of yesterday's episode. When Indy looked Taylor in her eyes and goes, you know, I was on the block a couple of weeks ago, and now you're going to be like, that doesn't feel great to be going up on the block again. And Taylor went, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Tell me about it, girl. I've been on the block like every week. You don't have to explain it to me.
That was actually in the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have no sympathy.
I read that online. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a feed thing.
That was in the edit.
I have to watch the rest of the episode.
Oh, I also enjoyed Joseph being like terrified of waking Indy up by just like going to bed.
Yeah, there was a whole segment of like Indy's a terrible roommate because she's really cranky, and Joseph like was trying to like wash his bed sheets, but he was so scared of waking her up that he was doing it really quietly because he didn't want to like piss her off or whatever. But then he got into his bed and his comforter was still damp because it hadn't fully dried, but he was scared to go back and dry it again because he didn't want to wake her back up, so he just slept in his damp comforter.
In his wet blanket, yeah. Do you know that there was a clip in this whole segment of Joseph trying as like slowly and quietly as he could. He was literally just opening the door to walk into the room, and Indy just sticks her head up and just goes, "What the fuck, Joseph?" He literally just walked in the room. He opened the door and
he
walked
was trying
into his
to
bedroom.
like so gingerly put a pillow into a pillowcase, and she was like, "Will you shut up, please?"
Yeah, she was like, "Just put it in. Just put the pillow in the pillowcase." He was like, "I'm trying." She's terrible.
Matt said, "Didn't Indy pitch a fit about being a have-not?" Yes.
Yes, of course she did.
Yes, she did.
She pitches a fit about everything.
Yeah.
Didn't she throw up after the Amira thing?
Well, I think that was trick editing, because I'm pretty sure from what I heard she had gotten stung by a bee. like around the same time.
Okay.
But the have-not thing, that was what prompted the pour hot soup in her face, because Indy was a have-not and Taylor was eating soup and she was like, wow, this soup is really good. And Indy was like, how dare you? I can't eat soup. And that like blew up into whatever the hell that was.
Oh
How
God.
dare you? I can't eat soup.
It's so stupid.
So that's how the episode ended. Indy and Terrence on the block.
Pretty much.
Oh, so, do you know what just made me laugh? Is that Terrence at one point went, he just went, man, I really thought me and Taylor had a better relationship. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm walking around this house all
on
season.
What? All you've done is shit on her from the moment she walked in the door.
He sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Oh, he's awful.
He sucks.
That's why it felt really good to hear Taylor say about Terrence being like, yeah, don't worry, I'm going to take my shots and I'm aiming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was great.
Well, and that Kyle, I don't know if you're aware of it either. Like me and John talked about it a little bit on Thursday. On Thursday. But there was that whole like Terrence thing with Brittany that happened on the feeds that like the house is kind of against Terrence right now. I don't know if you've heard about any of that. There was a whole thing where I still don't fully know the details, but something prompted Terrence to talk about victims of abuse and how if somebody is in a situation of domestic abuse and they don't leave the relationship, then they are at fault because they're putting themselves in the situation. So if they don't leave the relationship, then it's their fault and they don't have his sympathy, which then prompted Brittany to get upset because she has been in an abusive relationship. And Terrence, multiple people kept approaching Terrence, that's not cool. You need to apologize. And he repeatedly doubled down and was like, no, this is what I believe. This is the way it is.
Like, what are you doing, man? Jeez.
Terrence sucks.
Yeah, it's bad.
That was Gina's number 2.
We don't talk about preseason Gina. She didn't know any better.
Wait,
You
we
gotta-
also though talk about that thing on Twitter that you and I had. With that nasty little clip. Somebody put up a clip of DJ Showtime himself putting his hand in his pants, doing something with his balls, and going to sniff it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Kyle shared the video and goes, "This your number 2?"
Oh
So
man.
good, so good. So disgusting.
terrible.
So
Oh, it's awful.
disgusting. Matt said it last week and I'll say it again. Terrence got to go. Yes, he did.
Yes.
Get out of here, Dan. Absolutely not. Absolutely
No
not.
way.
Dan said, didn't one of
nobody
you pick Paloma as a winner pick?
Nobody picked Paloma
None
as
of
a winner
us.
pick, but John was trying to vote for her in the backstage boss thing, is what you're probably thinking of.
Which
Is it
was
John-
which was a joke, if you remember. We can roll back the
It
tape.
was not a joke at the time. It became a joke after the fact because Paloma sucks. But at the time, you
No.
were like, I don't know, I like Paloma. I'm going to split my vote. I like Paloma.
You're not finishing my quote, which was, I think I might vote for her because she said she likes mayo, which was clearly a joke.
I don't know.
Ooh.
We can go back. We can go back and watch. It was
wow.
premiere night. It was premiere night. We can go back and watch.
Ooh. We have to follow up.
Absolutely.
We are gonna watch. We're gonna watch ourselves. Yeah, absolutely not. Paloma was on nobody's picks, winner or
No.
loser. She was on no one's radar. Whoop. Yeah.
Oh God.
Can we please get to spoilers?
Yeah.
All right. I really want to know things. We're moving
I
on.
want to tell you. I want to tell you the first spoiler.
Oh, I thought you wanted to tell me one more thing. Like, no. Like, I want to move on now. Thank you. We're going on. So, casuals, goodbye. Thank you.
Spoilers.
We are
Bonk,
moving on.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Wait.
We both remembered the same thing.
Did we?
That you want to do your Julie's judgment.
Yes, I did. Because of the bonk, bonk, bonk.
Yes.
You guys
Bonk,
were like,
bonk, bonk, bonk. I want to do my Julie judgment. I want to tell you what I thought. I want to tell you what I thought.
you guys were in unison there.
Yeah. That was great. That was really, really fun. First of all, what did you guys think? I missed it. All right. I didn't get to watch. What did you think of this little like Pinky Peach?
I liked it a lot.
I thought it
Yeah?
was
I liked it a
cute.
lot. Yeah.
What'd you give it? What did you give it?
I
I
think
think we officially gave it a cute.
Yeah, we didn't give it a hot. We gave it a cute. Super cute. I liked it.
Huh.
And your rating is?
You don't approve?
Let me tell you something. On this Mon Monday, we're turning up the heat. I'm giving it hot. Woo! Julie girl, turning it out on a Thursday night. Thank
It's
God.
for sure one of the better ones. I liked
think
it.
it's
I did
great.
like it.
I loved it.
Man, what?
Okay.
There it is. Thank God for Mondays. All right, now spoilers. Thank you. Okay, now we are moving on. Thank you.
Okay. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Bonk, bonk, spoilers. Ding, ding, ding.
The first spoiler, I'll tell you, is a minor spoiler, but it was something that I enjoyed. And Terrence got a punishment in the veto competition.
Oh,
Yes. It was one
know
of those punishment reward competitions.
God, why? Says Dan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Terrence, 182 tattoos, right?
It's also so
182.
it looked like it was kind of like a Warped Tour kind of theme, and his punishment was Ink 182.
I love it. I did also hear that Indy got the punkatard.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
so
and
glad
apparently
Indy got
she has to
punished.
wear a unitard and do concerts. So I guess we have that to look forward to.
Cool.
You know,
Yeah.
seeing like a costume this week too has really made me wish that like the punishment was like if you get a costume and you get evicted, you have to wear your costume out of the house. Because like I just watching Indy wear this ridiculous costume, right? Like I would love, especially if there was an audience out there, and now Indy has to go out in front of this audience wearing this stupid costume. She like talks to Julie with like tears coming down her face because she just got evicted. I would really love it.
Well, wait. Did you see what I had tweeted? Like on the pod Twitter? Word is, live audiences are back.
Oh, I did see that.
This Thursday. So your wish may be granted.
Well, I'm assuming that the punishment will be over by the time she gets to eviction night.
It's usually a week, isn't it?
It's usually a week.
But
I don't remember. Do they wear the costume on eviction night? I don't remember.
Years
That's
ago,
what I mean.
years ago they did.
I feel like normally now, like they're able to change out of it by the eviction.
I can't remember the last time that somebody, I mean, in my memory, that somebody had a costume while they were on the block. I don't remember.
Right. I know. Well, Janelle was on the block when she was a star.
Was she?
I thought so. I feel like I just imagine it. You know, like when you just feel like you can picture something.
Yeah. I don't
just
remember.
Feel like I'm picturing it. Oh gosh, terrible if I'm wrong. Well, any Hoosers. So who wins veto? I already know.
Kyle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this was also like a whole thing too, because I think because it was punishment and reward, and one of Taylor's the guy in season 11, I think, had a banana suit.
Was
that
Did he have to wear a banana suit? Did he have
Who
to
was
wear
in
the
a
banana
banana suit
suit
in season 11?
and get evicted and go out in front of everybody in his banana suit?
Was it Russell? No.
I don't remember someone in a banana suit in season 11.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Dan says Janelle was a star in week 1. Now, was she on the block in week 1 though?
I don't remember. It was not that long ago.
I know one
Casey.
person from BB8
It was Casey.
who left in a costume. Casey. Yeah.
I don't
But
know
he
why I don't remember that.
he wasn't evicted that week though, was he?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
She was immune. So not Janelle.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I remember nothing. So, okay. So Kyle wins veto. Now, what happens after that? Because I've been reading a lot of stuff.
There were a lot of flip-flopping plans. So at one point, I think Joseph was going to go up as the replacement nominee as a pawn. but then because Taylor's punishment was she had to be tethered to somebody all week, and she chose Joseph, she now was like, well, now she was like, well, now that looks weird. If what am I gonna do? Like, put him on the block, and now I'm also sitting on the block as the HOH. Like, I can't. Like, that feels weird. Like, I also just chose him for this, so if I choose him to be the renom, that feels weird. Then Alyssa has been kind of thrown around as like the ideal replacement, and Kyle won the veto. He at first I think was
Kite Man Dan agrees.
Right. But I think at first Kyle was on board, and then something happened and he is no longer on board.
Did they do something in the have not room?
I feel like I'm playing a game of Clue. Alyssa and Kyle on the pool floaties in the have not room.
I heard about this.
Oh yes.
This is just sickening.
Well, why is it sickening?
I just don't.
Young love.
On the pool floaty in the have not room.
Hey.
In front of America.
You can't wait. You can't wait to go to a nice jury house with no cameras and beds.
Listen, wherever it catches you.
It's designed to be the grossest room in the house.
It is. This is a very early question for this, but who do you think will win?
Oh, God.
My preseason winner pick was Monty, so we'll see. Just totally out of the blue.
Listen, my winner pick was Brittany, and I don't think she's out of it. She's not out of it.
And see,
she's a little messy at times, but who knows?
My winner pick was Michael, and I still feel strongly that he could, but because he's won so many vetoes and so many competitions, there is no way that no one's going to be gunning for him in this double.
Yeah. Unless he wins one of them. That's,
right. He really is going to have to win his way to final two, I think, if he's going to win this game.
Yeah. Oh, man. Tricky. Dan says Alyssa used her powers of persuasion to get out of being nominated.
And a lot of people are saying that too.
Well, now I'm seeing too, like I saw people tweeting before being like, oh, they're breaking up. They're breaking up now. It's like something that I saw people tweeting before. So
I cannot keep up with the two of them. I just don't know.
So Kyle won the veto.
Yes.
Now, did the leftovers want him to use it?
Yeah, they wanted Alyssa to go up.
They wanted Alyssa to go up with the intention of now doing what? Was Terrence still the target, or was it for Alyssa to go? What was the intention?
For Alyssa to go, I think. Or at least at first it was for Alyssa to go. Okay. There's been so much back and forth of the plan, I can't keep track. Right.
And so I think one of the things too, aside from Kyle, I'm sure not wanting to lose the showmanship at this point, especially with what's happened this week. I think one of the things that he was kind of held up on was the fact that if he used it and Alyssa went up, then he would get the blame for it because he was the one that used the veto. But everyone was saying that no, you can use it and be safe because everybody thinks that the plan is to use the veto to backdoor Monty anyway. So if you used it, you could just say, and Alyssa goes up.
Yeah,
you could just
say
oh, well, I thought the plan was to put up Monty, so that's why I did it. I didn't know you were going to go up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everything that happened this week happened, and from what I heard, you probably heard, right? He didn't use it.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. That's what I couldn't wait to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So he did not use it.
Right.
Okay.
So noms are set.
Which now, does that kind of draw a line in the sand? I haven't really seen either way. Does that draw a line in the sand between him and the rest of the leftovers? Are they sympathetic because they know that the target was Alyssa of all people? Or is it you went against the alliance? What's the temperature of the house at the moment?
I certainly don't know. I hope they're sympathetic. Aw.
Because it looked like the leftovers were kind of crumbling this week as it is.
Well, I saw a lot of people talking about Michael and Brittany. I think we were talking about this earlier, right? About how they seem to be throwing Taylor under the bus and possibly siding with Kyle and Alyssa now in some way. which does suck. I know from what we've seen and heard a little bit, like Taylor's had kind of a messy HOH, right? But
that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been.
It just seems, but it still just seems very fast to me to like throw away a final 3 that you had made. You know, like I just feel like
this is my question as somebody who has not really watched the feed. So if anybody watching or listening to this is like, Gina's an idiot, she doesn't know what's going on. You're right. I'm an idiot and I don't know what's going on. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
you're
please,
not an idiot.
But I'm saying, like, give me context because I don't have it. I don't know if Michael and Brittany were like doing something problematic and now that is turning everybody against them, or if it was just they are now going against Taylor, and Taylor is somebody that is well liked by the fan base, so we don't like Michael and Brittany. I don't know if they're doing anything, if they're just playing the game and people are mad because it puts Taylor in a bad spot, or if they're doing something wrong. I'm not sure.
I think that I'm sure that a lot of it has to do with the fact that Michael and Brittany would now be going against Taylor, but I feel like it also is like partially because they're going against Taylor, but going with like Kyle. Like,
and that's my question. Like, is it just like guilty by association, or is there a piece of this that's like they're also now wrapped up in this like will there or won't there be a 2.0 like whatever that the discourse has been? But you know what I mean? I don't know.
I still think it's fucked up though, because like if this is your final 3, like you're gonna ditch her that fast after 1 week, after not even a full week, like without even like talking to her. Like if something's not working for you guys, your final 3, like go talk to her, at least give her the chance to like.
But that
before you just ditch her.
Are they fully ditching her, or is it just they're yesing Kyle to death because the 3 of them are in a room together? Like, are we going to see a DR where Michael's like, I'm not actually on board with this. I'm just telling Kyle what he wants to hear because right now he has some kind of a power.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I'm definitely missing context for a lot of these situations, but like, just things that I have happened to see, like it seems like a lot of people are going in like a certain direction with the Michael and Brittany thing, and it's like I'm curious about it. But like I could be missing a lot of the picture, and maybe they just happen to be talking to Kyle and we're just telling him what he wanted to hear, and they're not actually like seriously considering going very far with Kyle, but like trying to just use it, in the moment, but still have commitment to Taylor.
Right. I personally haven't seen any one-on-ones of just Michael and Brittany. Or even anybody like talking about it. So I don't know if this is definitely the plan or what their reasoning is.
Yeah. That's just a lot going on in there. This season, it seems insane.
Yeah.
It does seem insane. So what is the plan though? So who do they want to get out now that they have now left?
I don't know.
I don't really know for sure what the house is thinking, but I know Taylor said in this episode that she wanted to send Terrence to the jury house, and Terrence is on the block. So I think if she gets her way, unless the leftovers have changed her thinking, I think if she gets her way, we could see Terrence go. But personally,
and I mean, I saw that there was a conversation between Kyle and Indy where he was telling Indy like, "No, I'm voting to keep you." So and I don't know if that's like he's voting with the alliance or if Kyle specifically just wants to be in Indy's good graces. I don't really know what the plan is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
We shall. I guess based on what Gina said, I guess Terrence is really the best one for Taylor to go out.
Terrence.
Yeah.
Although Indy would worry me now because Indy even said in this episode, after, they showed the interaction that Indy and Taylor had in the HOH room, and Indy was so upset that Taylor would use her as a pawn, that she like was saying, if I get HOH, Taylor might be going up now as a pawn, which I feel like
that was going to happen anyway. No matter what happened this week, if Indy won HOH, Taylor is going up and Taylor is the target 100%.
You're right. But yeah, I mean,
oops.
I would like for Indy. I would like for Indy to go, but I think Terrence is going to go. That's it.
Yeah, I would personally like for Indy to go, but I do agree with Gina, and I think that she could be a problem, like just poisoning other people.
I agree.
Because Indy, in terms of competition, doesn't really have a leg to stand on. She doesn't have a ton of influence, but she absolutely has been running her mouth since day one, specifically against Taylor. And I don't see a situation in which she wouldn't go out of her way to try to turn people against her. And we've seen people lose seasons to bitter juries all the time. And it you know, even just in season 20, Bailey poisoned the jury against Tyler, and that is why Tyler lost the game. I could easily see this going that way. If Taylor ended up in the final 2 and Indy was in jury, she could totally poison a jury against her.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
So, did Alyssa take a trip from Taylor? Do we know that?
Yeah, so I think what it was Taylor had the trip to I don't remember which one it is because of that tweet. If it was London or Paris, I don't remember. But it was a tweet, it was a trip to
London.
Somewhere. It was London.
I thought.
No, because there was that tweet of Jasmine not knowing what Paris is in London. I don't know if it's out of the country. So I don't remember which one was the prize. But
is London out of the country?
But sure, London. It was a trip to London. And Taylor had that, and then Alyssa got the punishment, and she traded with Taylor. So now Alyssa had the trip, and Taylor had the punishment. And then Jasmine took the trip from her, and I don't know what Alyssa has. Right? Is that right?
I know Alyssa has $5,000.
Yes.
At the end of it all.
Right.
And this is one big tweet.
Interesting.
Another question. Why do so many people hate the Kyle and Alyssa showmance? I mean, I know I hate it because I think it's fake. I just think it's like super forced on us, like super like overproduced. I feel like they're even being forced into this.
I mean, we were saying in the beginning, like it didn't look like Kyle wanted to be in it, and then after they got together, it didn't look like Alyssa wanted to be in it. But we're still seeing them being like, "Oh, I love him so much. We're in love. A showman, it's my boyfriend." Strange. It's like, what's happening?
Do you know? Did I read something? Okay, I saw something I think on Twitter that said. They heard one of the house guests like talking about on the feeds like you get paid more or something if you're in a showmance, and then the feeds like cut. Do you know if there's any truth to this like?
I wouldn't
conspiracy?
be shocked. The way that they love their showmances in this production room, I wouldn't be shocked to hear that.
Wow.
I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true, but it would not surprise me.
What this tweet was saying, and I have no idea if it's true or not, but it was something I saw. I saw it. And I was like, "Huh, that's interesting." Because they were saying like if you're in a showmance, you typically get more screen time, you get more DRs and stuff, so you're on screen more. They can use you more in like the the edits and everything, so you like get compensated more for it. But I don't know if that's even true at all.
I never saw DRs or like screen time or anything. As I assumed everyone made the same amount for like however long you're in the house. This is how much you make. I assume.
I have no idea. I have no idea if it's true or not. This is something.
But
that
I mean,
was
like
kind of
even
reading out there.
the way that like Big Brother is always talking about, like we have more successful relationships than The Bachelor and blah 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 blah. Like they love the showmance. So again, I don't want that to be the case, but it absolutely wouldn't surprise me.
Yikes!
Quite interesting, I'd say. But
I find that quite interesting. We're still here with people. We have a little bit more of an open question here. What is your favorite Big Brother season?
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Crikey.
That's really hard.
That's so hard.
Yeah.
Like favorite ever? It's an impossible question.
There are a lot of seasons that I have not watched, but of the ones I have seen, I feel inclined to say 20.
Wow. It's a bold statement.
I liked 20.
20 was good. 20 was good.
Hold on.
20 has your woman on it. Don't come for me.
Don't come for me.
Oh my. I have to just verify, because there was a time that I watched some of these like in rapid fire. So as far as the number of them, sometimes I get a little lost. I just want to confirm before I say.
No, and there are a lot of seasons that I have not watched, so I'm sure that would change.
Yeah, this one. All right. If I had to pick a favorite, I think I have to go with BB11.
Really?
Yeah.
That season was so chaotic.
I
And that's why
know.
you love it. That's why you love
why
it.
I love it. It was
So
just
I
it
was
was just
sitting
nonsense from
I was
beginning
sitting in
to
my
end.
room minding my own business, and I got a text from Kyle, a paragraph. Gina, if you love me at all, if you've ever loved this game or loved me at all, you will watch BB11 right now. And then the cast for All Stars came out, and he said, Gina, Kevin is on BB11. You have 3 days. You have to watch this season. And I went, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because 10 was great also. 10
See,
was
I
great
haven't
also.
seen 10 yet.
And it's because of Jesse that I sometimes
10
get
is great.
confused. Yeah, 10 is great. And I really should.
That might be mine, actually.
I feel like most people I ask 10 is the answer, which is
Yeah,
why
10
I need to sink my teeth into that season. I just haven't seen it yet.
no,
No,
I'm
10 is
really
fantastic.
surprised.
It is.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't watched that one, Gina, because
It's been on my list, but every time that I'm like, okay, it's time to go back and watch old seasons, a new season is coming out, and I can't watch two Big Brothers at the same time.
I think I'd have to pick BB10. That's mine. There it is. I said it. Locked
Okay.
in.
Okay. Locked.
That's
locked
my
in.
that's my opinion.
Locked.
All right?
Final answer.
My opinion. And these are just my thoughts. No.
Wow, BB11.
Who is John's woman Gina is referring to? That's Rachel. Oh
No.
my God, it's not Rachel.
No, it's
I'm sorry, no,
not.
it's
What do you
Angela. It's
mean?
Angela.
It's
I'm sorry.
Angela.
I know, because I picture Rachel as because
Wow.
she's part of the thing.
Angela?
I know. Exactly. When I think of Angela, that's what I think of.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's
No,
Angela.
Angela.
Angela Rummins, of Tyler Crispin.
Yeah.
Also, and also of the Challenge USA.
I don't know though.
yeah.
I don't know. She's been, some things I didn't know have come to light. I don't know.
What do you
Wow.
mean?
We
What came
talked
like
about
the-
that. We talked about that already.
We did?
Like Shan's tweets and all that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know that I buy that. I think Shan may have, because like when you see who else like she still hangs out with, like if there's any truth to that, I feel like they wouldn't. Like she's
Okay.
still going to parties and hanging out with people like Kyland and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I just something that doesn't really like jive up with me. That's all.
Okay.
Seems a little strange. And I also just really don't want to believe it. So let me live in my fantasy world for a little longer until something else comes out.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I thought Angela was hot. All right.
She's hot and she plays a good social game. Come on, she's worth something. She's worth something.
All right.
Come
But
on.
anyway, how did we even get there? Oh, we
It was
were
a
asked
question.
that question.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It was a friend question. Yeah,
A friend question.
it was a friend question.
All right. Well,
So yeah, I mean the last thing was the favorite Big Brother season. Yeah.
okay.
Were there any big things happening on the live feeds today? I mean, the biggest being, the veto, I guess, really.
The veto ceremony, yeah.
Yeah. It was just a flopper.
Yeah.
I haven't really been tuned into feeds today, so I don't know if I missed anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We were bad feeders today.
I had a very busy day of starting 1,000 projects and finishing none of them.
I had to pay attention at work today, so.
I actually had to work, so that's all we got. All right. Anything else to the benefit?
No, I was going to say the one other thing that I do remember happening on feeds that I forgot to bring up. Did you hear about the whole Jasmine birthday fiasco with Turner?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought this up. Yeah.
Well, first of all, Jasmine has been pulling a sour bath all week. It's my birthday week. It's not fair. I can't get a punishment in this competition. You can't put me on the block. It's my birthday week. If I have to wear a costume on my birthday week, I'm pissed. I'm so annoyed of people coming into this game for $750,000 and thinking that anybody cares about their birthday. First of all, you're here to play a game. Just play the freaking game.
I got to tell you too. Of course, it's Jasmine. Like it's bad enough if it's just your birthday. That's bad enough that you're acting like that. But you got to walk around the house. It's my birthday week. It's my birthday
Right.
week.
Talk
Like,
to me
oh
on
my
Wednesday
God.
on your birthday. Like, I
Like,
don't want to hear it right now.
Okay, all right. Listen, I don't want to necessarily take Miss Jasmine's side. However, we did not feel this way when Michael kind of used that as a reason to not be a have not.
Michael didn't use it. Brittany used it. She said, it's Michael's birthday. You can't put us up as have-nots right now. Michael didn't say a damn word.
But it got used. It did get used, and we were fine with it. You know, it does have a little bit to do with the fact that we don't like Jasmine.
I still just think, like, using your birthday. No, it's not fair. It's my birthday.
right,
What?
right. No, I totally agree.
No,
I think this is different. I think this is different than the.
I actually completely agree. I just like to be the agitator.
Of
I
course,
just like to be the
of course.
contrarian. Yeah, that's.
I think this is different too than the Michael thing. Honestly, I do.
Mhm.
Because Michael, it was a quick thing that Brittany said. Michael didn't even say it. It wasn't even spoken about again. This Jasmine is constantly giving out these reminders, like, it's my birthday week, not on my birthday week, not this, not that. You can't do this to me on my birthday week. You can't do that to me on my birthday week. It's like, all right, already.
I already know that on Wednesday's episode, we're going to get that stupid happy birthday that we got all last season when Sarah about to talk about it. I know it's coming in the episode. I know they're going to use it. I'm already annoyed about it.
All of this could be like mildly palatable if it wasn't like on the heels of all this ankle crap. Like, I mean, he's just always been like coddled too.
Right.
And it's like it is just tiring. It is tiring. Oh my gosh, that's what Matt just said.
Yeah.
It's so much coming from Jasmine after using her for oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're right here.
Which isn't really even like over, because I feel like she still is like limping around that house. Like, she's still milking that as much as possible.
You should watch BBAU. Some mind-boggling strategy happens just because it's someone's birthday. Ahem, Tully. I'm sorry. This podcast stands Miss Tully. We don't take anyone. We don't accept anybody speaking out about our Australian queen. Okay, yes. I'm sorry. Kite Man Dan, we draw the line right there.
Yes, we love Tully.
We love Tully. Okay. All right. She hung out with us. How dare you?
Yes, she
did. Absolutely dare you. Okay. We'll have none of it.
It's our friend. She's our friend.
Our bestie. Our festie bestie.
Our bestie.
Our bestie wasn't bestie. Shut up. You're not wrong.
Oh, I didn't even get into why I brought up Jasmine's birthday. So there was drama between Jasmine and Turner yesterday, I believe. Because
yes, I'm excited for this. All right.
So Jasmine was throwing out the idea of for her birthday celebration asking Big Brother to bring her balloons, because I believe what the story is that she has recently lost her dad, who she shares a birthday with, and she wanted to let the balloons go as like a tribute to her dad.
Okay.
And Turner, who is like very much an environmentalist, was like, have we thought about other alternatives? Because I just know like the plastic, like, you know, it's not good for the environment. And like, from my understanding, he threw it out as just like, what if like maybe we thought of something like a different way to like honor him or something like that. And Jasmine didn't say anything. She just like deadpan stared into his soul. And he was like, I mean, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying like maybe there are like other alternatives. And she just continued to stare at him. And he was like, I don't know, like we could do it. Like, I think it's a great idea. I'm just saying like maybe there are also like other ideas. And it became this whole big thing for the rest of the night of like Jasmine being mad because he was being disrespectful, and him being like, I truly did not mean it like that. I'm all for her like honoring, you know, this celebration. But like, I also just like, and she was like, she said something to the effect of like, actually, I don't know if she said this or if it was a tweet that I saw about the issue that said it, but it was like, he cares more about killing a bird than my dad. And it's like, well, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying maybe there's like another way that we could do this. And it just like blew up into this huge thing because like Turner was thinking maybe there's an alternative to setting balloons free in the wild.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Jason also asked Big Brother to keep the backyard open on her birthday, which is Wednesday impossible. Jason.
There's an amendment here. It's coming.
Oh,
Jazz.
Oh, Oh yeah, because I guess the backyard is closed on Wednesdays, so that was also part of the issue. Is that she was going to ask for like special permission to like have the backyard to do this thing.
Oh my gosh. Enough now. Taylor should have put her up. Like, enough. Enough. On your birthday.
On
Can
her
you
birthday.
imagine? Oh my gosh. Yeah, how great would that have been? Yeah.
See what Matt said here too? Yeah, yes, Turner. We stand a climate conscious king.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Turner, for always thinking of others. Boy, did he have quite the turnaround, huh?
It is. I say that. I feel like I say this every week. I just can't believe where we started with Turner and where we're at right now.
Right. Oh my gosh, did you guys go over the popularity poll?
Oh, we did, but
talk
let's go
about
through
it
it
a bit.
again. No, we can talk about it more. Let's do it.
We had big changes. We had big changes. Look at
Joseph
Joseph.
got 100%. My goodness.
100%. Everyone polled says yay. Isn't that crazy?
I
That is
love that.
amazing. I love it too. Good for you, Joe. Brittany found her way back in the green. You know, she's spending a lot of time ELO. So good for her. Yeah, yeah. Daniel really, really losing some wind here. We had seen our lowest numbers at 3, but he bested himself, brought it down to a 2.
In Indy too.
Yeah, she stinks. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised to see Indy trending lower than Jasmine.
That's what we said too. That's what we were saying. We had the exact same. Yeah.
I'm very surprised by that.
So do we still have, I don't know what we have like to our disposal here. Do we still have the first popularity poll on here?
Oh,
or is
yes,
that gone
we
already?
do. No, that is
because I'm interested to see like where we started and where we are now.
This is where,
wow.
Damn.
Look at how much more red there is.
Crazy.
There's so much more red on the other one.
That is crazy. Turner is at 25% here, and Daniel is at 81%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Can we actually? So, this is the first one, right? So, all the evicted people were either yellow or green in the first popularity poll.
Wow.
None of them was below 50%.
And the fact that Daniel and Nicole week 1 both had 81% approval is nuts.
I know.
It really is nuts. Because the one right before our most recent.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, really, yeah. I mean, he went from 81 to 3. I mean, that is really embarrassing.
It's crazy. There's so many drastic drops. It's crazy.
He lost 78 percentage points.
Oh god.
Yeah, we had. I'm surprised that Kyle is rated so low. Were you surprised?
Given the discourse on him, I'm not totally shocked.
Yeah. Well, I was still a little surprised by that. I was.
I guess to see it that low, quite that low, maybe, but I'm not
right. I expected a drop.
Yeah,
I didn't expect 25. That's all. Yeah, I was surprised by that. Monty's seen an increase ever since the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know, because he was really sucking wind in our second week there. Yeah. Michael's kind of always been up there.
91, 92. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much always been around, right around there.
Yeah. Taylor's always been up.
Did you see what Kite Man Dan asked, by the way?
No.
Let me throw this up here. Said, where are you doing these polls?
This is happening on Instagram because there's really no other way to poll anyone.
Yeah.
Not on multiples. You know, because Twitter only gives you 2 options. It's not good enough.
I think you can do like up to 4 or something.
Yeah, it's not really good enough. So follow us on the socials at BB Jury Duty.
Yeah,
that's where we are everywhere. Yeah, that's what we do.
At BB Jury Duty.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the Leftovers Alliance will last? No.
Not too much longer, but they've already had a great run. I mean, I feel like it still feels like very early in the game, but they've orchestrated a string of evictions here now. They've
Yeah,
lasted
they did what
longer
they
than
needed to
probably
do.
a lot of other alliances, you know?
Yeah, and
So.
I think that with this split, this house split, that's going to be the end of the leftovers.
I mean,
Somebody,
again, I
one
feel
of
like
them is
this
going.
week we're already seeing a lot of cracks in it. So
Yeah.
it could even happen before this eviction cycle is over.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to make it. But they did what they needed to. This is fine. This is fine.
And they're still doing it because they still have this week. It's not until next week that they're going to even have to do this. So
not
they
until
will have
Thursday
gotten.
they really have to think about that.
Yeah,
they would still have gotten one more out that was not in their alliance. Yeah, they did what they needed to. So, anything else for the benefit of the community?
Did anything else happen?
I'm sure a whole lot happened, but
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I think I'm done.
All right. So the week ahead, Wednesday at 10:30 p.m., we're chatting the Challenge USA. You can hear more about John's girl, Angela. And we can just find out what's wrong with her.
You had to throw that in.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Thursday, all right, at 11:15, that was confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was confirmed. 11:15, a little early, because we have a 2-hour episode, and we still have to go to bed. So 11:15, 15 minutes after the close of the live eviction and whatever other shenanigans will ensue, we'll be here with you. Worked out great.
You
Thank
felt
you
real
so
good
much.
about that.
I felt so great. When I realized I was in it, I smiled. You'll watch it back. You'll notice the moment when I noticed. You can find us on the socials at BBJuryJudy or on our website at bbjuryjudy.com. And that's it. We're out of here. Thanks a lot.